We are live now, sir.
Hari Om. Namaste to all. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Brahmanishta, Shrotriya, Sadguru, Swami Virajeshwara, Saraswati, and the entire Guru Parampara on behalf of all of us, today's discourse on Viveka Chudamani will continue. Once in a way, I'll be reminding, so that I should not forget, I'll be reminding every one of us that mainly this discourse is based on the explanation, Ashya, given by Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami of Sringeri Sharada Peeth. Last time we had stopped it, according to the book I am following, by Swami Adi Devananda, Viveka Chudamani. Had stopped at the shloka number 403, verse number 403. So from today, verse number 404, discourse will continue. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Mahasaraswatyai Namaha, Sadashiva Samarambha, Sri Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Shruti Smruti Purana, Mahalayam Karunalayam, Namami Bhagavatpadam, Shankaram Loka Shankaram, Shankaram Shankaracharyam, Keshavam Badarayanam, Putra Bhashya Krudau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah, Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gosharam, Samagosharam, Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwara. Hari Om. In the set of shlokas, the Acharya is dealing with, is telling the disciple the core point of Advaita philosophy, non-dualistic philosophy. And he is vehemently mentioning that Advaitic school of philosophy, mainly non-dual philosophy, there is only one Sadvastu, Parabrahmavastu, Paramatmavastu, or as we call God or Ishvara, who is Nirakara, Nirvishesha, Nirvikalpa, Nishkriya, Niranjana, Nishkala. That Sadvastu, as called common in our English, in our language, from our standpoint of view, we call it as God, Paramatma, Ishvara, whatever name. There is only one. The original, eternal, non-changing, without birth and death, without decay, without any body parts, without any differences, without any duality, only one Parabrahma Vastu, unimaginable, incomparable, not understandable, beyond our mind, beyond our buddhi. It's not up, you cannot grasp it by your logic. You cannot understand by our mental power. It is beyond all these things. There is only one Vastu. That is the real Adhara. Mula Sanatana Vastu, Mula Sanatana Parabrahma Vastu, Nirakara, Nirguna, Parabrahma Vishesha, Nirvishesha. All these words are used in Vedanta to denote to that godly principle, cosmic principle, super awareness, super consciousness, Parama Chaitanya, Paramatma, which cannot be explained by any of these words. So, from the highest sense of Parimarthic truth, Acharya now is making it clear in these set of shlokas. From the highest standpoint of view of the ultimate truth, that is at the Parimarthic level, always Parabrahma Vastu is alone. It is the only reality. There is no other reality. Everything else is projected out of the same Parabrahma Vastu and it will disappear once again into the same Parabrahma Vastu. It has come out during the creation and it will go back during Samhara Kriya, Atyantika Pradha, the final deluge. These are the points. The same points are now being emphasized in the next coming shlokas. Now the next shloka is so important. Acharya takes the very first line of the two Charana shlokas straight from Mandukya Karika. What his Paramaguru, his Guru's Guru, Sri Gaudapada Acharya, who has written the Karikas, short explanations on Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad is a famous Upanishad on which Acharya Bhagavatpada has given extensive commentary. That Mandukya Upanishad includes the mantras, Maha Mantras, plus the Karikas, explanations, short, crisp explanations by Sri Gaudapada Acharya. Who is the Gaudapada Acharya? He is the Guru of Sri Shankara Bhagavat. Shankara Bhagavatpada's Guru is Sri Govinda Padacharya. Sri Govinda Padacharya's Guru is Sri Gaudapada. Now the next sloka, Acharya deals with that point directly. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha iti brote shruti sakshat shushupta vanubhuyate. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha iti brote shruti sakshat sushupta anubhuyate. Sushuptau, if you split, sushuptau plus anubhuyate. So when the sandhi joined together, it is sushupta vanubhuyate. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಿನ ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಕಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌಡಪಾದಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಿನ ಆ ಮಹಾವಾಕ್ಯವನ್ನ ಮಹಾಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನೇ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರಂ ಇದಂ ದ್ವೈತಂ ಅದ್ವೈತಂ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥತಃ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಕಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಗೌಡಪಾದಾಚಾರ್ಯರೇ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಏನದರ ಅರ್ಥ? ಗೌಡಪಾದಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಕಾರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ? ಮಾಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರಮಿದಂ ದ್ವೈತಂ ಅದ್ವೈತಂ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥತಃ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ಈ ವಿಶ್ವ, ಈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂಡ, ಈ ಜೀವ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ತೋರಿಕೆಗೆ ಬೇರೆ 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 ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿ ಅಗಾಧವಾಗಿ ಕಂಡರೂ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೇವಲ ಮಾಯೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದ ಉಂಟಾಗಿರೋದು. ಇವು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಿಜವಲ್ಲ. ನಿಜವಾದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದರೆ, ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವಸ್ತು ಬೇರೆ, ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಬೇರೆ, ಈ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಬೇರೆ, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಬೇರೆ, ಈ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬೇರೆ, ಆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಬೇರೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಈ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವ ಕೇವಲ ಮಾಯೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಉಂಟಾಗಿರೋದೇ ಮಾಯೆಯ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ, ಆ ಮಾಯೆಯ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದ. ಇದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ. ಐಂದ್ರಜಾಲಿಕನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇಂದ್ರಜಾಲ ಮಾಯಾಮೋಡಿ ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ದ್ವೈತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ್ವೈತ. ವಸ್ತುತಃ ನೋಡಿದರೆ, ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇರುವುದು ಅದ್ವೈತ ಒಂದೇ. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ದೃಷ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಅದ್ವೈತ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಭೇದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಉಂಟಾದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗಿ ಇರುವುದು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತು, ಇರುವುದು ಅದ್ವೈತ, ಎರಡಲ್ಲದ್ದು, ಇರುವುದು ಒಂದೇ, ಏಕಂ ಏವ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರಮಿದಂ ದ್ವೈತಂ ಅದ್ವೈತಂ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥತಃ ಇತಿ ಬ್ರೂತೆ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಸುಷುಪ್ತೌ ಅನುಭೂಯತೆ iti brute shruti. That means Acharya is telling here, look, my dear disciple, in the Mandukya Upanishad, if you go into the Gaudapada Acharya's Karika, in one of the Karikas, in the very first Agama Prakarana, in the Karika number 17, that is a shloka number 17, the Karika is the explanation given by Gaudapada Acharya. So the number 17 in the very first Prakarana, known as the Agama Prakarana. What is there? There it is 2 charana full shloka is there. Acharya takes only the second charana here in this Viveka Chudamani. The full shloka there, it is Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah. Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthatah. That is a full Karika. Karika number 17. That is written, given by Sri Gaudapada Acharya, Paramaguru of Shankara Bhagavatpada, while explaining Mandukya Upanishad. Actually, the 2 charanas are self-explanatory. What Gaudapada Acharya says, Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah. By chance, yadi, by chance, even if prapanchaha yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah. If the world is being experienced by a tattvajnani, understood in the bracket. If the world is still experienced, if the prapancha, Vishwa is still experienced by a Brahmajnani, by a Atmajnani, it will go away within no time. The moment jnana dawns in, it will go away, it will vanish. That is the point here. Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshaya. Even if the world appears, it will disappear. Why and how? Next charana is very clear. Maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthatah. So what does the charana here means? The jnani also may perceive. Long back it was said here in the earlier discourses. Our Gurudev had made this point very, very, very clear. For a jnani, the world also appears. The world as experienced by you and me. The same way for a jnani also, the world is experienced by his 5 senses of the physical body, mind complex. See, the body is, the physical body, the gross body has 5 sense organs. So with the help of the sense organs, the eyes, ears, tongue, nose, and the skin, jnani also experiences the same world as you and me we experience. But even the difference is here, even though he experiences the world, that means duality, the duality will not persist in him because he is all the time aware. He is all the time aware that beneath this underlying diversity or duality or Dvaita Bhava, there is only one Sadvastu, one Brahmavastu. Everywhere the Adhishthanam, the substratum, the Adhara is Brahma Padartha only. The same Brahma Padartha is manifested in myriads and myriads and myriads of ways during creation. Brahma Padartha, Parabrahma Vastu itself manifested in the form of the world. So he is always aware of that. A Jnani is always aware of. ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವು ಕಂಡರೂ ಸಹ ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಡಂತೆ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ಕಂಡರೂ ಸಹ ಆತನಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಒಂದು ಬೆಕ್ಕು ಬೆಕ್ಕಾಗೆ ತೋರುತ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ನಾಯಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಿಗಳು, ಚರಾಚರ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಜಂಗಮ ವಸ್ತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮೂಲವಾಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಧಾರ ವಸ್ತು, ಅದು ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರಿವಿಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಸದಾಕಾಲ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಮಾಸ್ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರೋ ವಿಷಯ. ಇದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಹೇಳಿದರೂ ನಮಗಿದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಾವಸ್ಥೆ ಬರುವ ತನಕ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನಾವಸ್ಥೆ ಬರುವ ತನಕ ಈ ದ್ವೈತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಸತ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸತ್ಯ. ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ, ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ನೀವು ಯಾರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಯಸ್ಸೇನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂತಸ್ತೇನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರಾಭಿಮಾನ ಏನು, ನನ್ನ ಶರೀರಾಭಿಮಾನ ಏನು, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ತೋರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ವೇ? ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಅವರ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವರ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ, ನೇರ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಅವರು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತು, ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಿಜೃಂಭಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾನಾಕಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನಾ ರೂಪಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಒಳ ಪದಾರ್ಥ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೋಚರವಲ್ಲದ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಗಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಸ್ತು, ಅದು ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅರಿವಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಮಾಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರಮಿದಂ ದ್ವೈತಂ ಅದ್ವೈತಂ ಪರಮಾರ್ಥತಃ. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ? ಇದು ಮಾಯೆಯ ಕಾರಣ. ಮಾಯೆ ಅಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಯೆ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನ ವಿರೋಧಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಮಾಯೆಯ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವದಲ್ಲೇ ಜೀವನ, ಅದ್ವೈತದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾಯಾ ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿಧಂ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಯೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೌಡಪಾದಾಚಾರ್ಯ. ಅದನ್ನ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶಂಕರರು ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಮ್ಮ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪರಮಗುರು ಸೇಸ್, ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ವಿಶ್ವ, ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಡ್ಯುಯಾಲಿಟಿ. It's all because of Maya. Maya matra vidam dvaitam. Advaitam paramarthada. But in reality, if the ultimate truth, from the highest spiritual standpoint of view, this duality is only outward appearance. Like a mirage, like a dream. It is only an appearance. It is not really real. This Vishwa, this prapancha is not really real. It appears to be different because of the effect of mind. So from the ultimate point of view, this is Advaita one. There is only one person. So Advaitam Paramarthataha iti brute shuti. In this way, look, my dear disciple, Mandukya Upanishad says, the Gaudapada Karika says in the Mandukya Upanishad, in the very first Agama Prakarana, all the extra interpolations, writings in the form of Karika, Sri Gaudapada Acharya has introduced in between Mahamantras of Upanishads. In the very first chapter known as Agama Prakarana. Then Acharya says one more point. Iti brute shrutihi sakshat Sushuptavu anubhuyate. He gives an example. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಇದು ನಿನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗಾಢ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ತಗೊಳಪ್ಪ. ಗಾಢ ನಿದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೂ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ದ್ವೈತ. ಗಾಢ ನಿದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀನು, ನಾನು, ಅದು, ಇದು, ಅವರು, ಇವಳು, ಯಾವ ಅನುಭವವೂ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಶರೀರಾಭಿಮಾನ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಮಕಾರವೂ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು, ನನ್ನದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಭಿಮಾನವೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗಾಢ ನಿದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ? ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪರಮಸುಖ. ಪರಮಸುಖ ಆ ನಿದ್ರಾವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಪ್ರಾಜ್ಞಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಃಕರಣ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಲಯಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಬೆಳಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ. ಆತ್ಮನ ಬೆಳಗುವಿಕೆ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದ ಸುಖ, ನಿರತಿಶಯವಾದ ಆನಂದ. ಅದೇ ಆನಂದ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದುಃಖವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೇವಲ ಆನಂದ, ಆನಂದ, ಸುಖ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ. ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ವ ನಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಗಾಢ ನಿದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇವಲ ಆನಂದದ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ, ದುಃಖದ ಅನುಭವವೇ ಇಲ್ಲವೋ, ನಾನು, ನನ್ನದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅನುಭವವೇ ಇಲ್ಲವೋ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇರುವುದು ಒಂದೇ ವಸ್ತು, ಕೇವಲ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಎಂಬ ಅರಿವು ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಿಶ್ಚಲವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಇತಿ ಬ್ರೂತೆ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಸುಷುಪ್ತವು ಅನುಭೂಯತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಸುಷುಪ್ತವು ಅನುಭವತೆ. Long back it was discussed again and again. Our Gurudev was tirelessly talking about these things, avasthatraya. So in the deep sleep, Acharya takes the same example. Sakshat sushuptau anubhuyate. In the deep sleep, you experience Advaita. What Acharya is hinting here. You don't experience Dvaita. In the deep sleep, you experience the final Advaitic state of Paramashanti. Because the mind is stilled and merged. Ego is merged. Chitta is merged. Your intellect is merged. Whole Antakarana Chatushtaya is merged within the Pratyagatma, within our own self. Capital S. When our own mind, intellect, ego, all merged, means vanished. Where is duality? Where is Dvaita? Where is diversity? Me and mine concept is not there. Aham, ahankara, mamakara concept is not there. Only Advaita sthiti. There is nothing else. Only Ananda, Paramananda, blissful state, happiness. We can't explain what we were doing in a deep sleep. All that we say is, after getting up from a deep sleep, all that we say is, how nicely, beautifully I had slept. Wonderful sleep I had. Blissful sleep I had. These are the words. Every one of us, we know it. You know it and I. Did we remember anything during deep sleep? No. Did we remember our family members in deep sleep? No. Did we remember our crisis, financial problems, health problems, mental problems, any other social crisis, political crisis, whatever it is? Did we remember? No. Nothing of that sort. Neither you remember your husband, nor your wife, nor your children, nor your parents. Why? Go to another level. You don't even remember the name of the God you are worshipping every day in the waking state. You don't even remember the japa you are doing every day in the waking state. You don't remember, you don't visualize the form of the God, the picture of the God we are worshipping as a Ishtadevata during deep sleep. Deep sleep. Dream is different. We are talking about deep sleep. Do you remember God? No. Is there a jnana? Can you say in the deep sleep? No. Is there ajnana in the deep sleep? No. Are there worries and suffering in the deep sleep? No. Nothing of the sort. There is no dukkha at all. Dukkha nivrutti. In sushupti, only ananda remains. Bliss. You don't identify with yourself. So there is purely advaita. No dvaita. No duality. You are alone. You are not even aware, but you are existing. You are not aware of the world at all. You are existing. You are existing there. As a Pratyagatma, you are there, but you don't remember anything. You are totally blissful, actionless, motionless. You don't sense anything. So that is what Acharya is hinting. So, just like duality vanishes in the deep sleep, and you once again catch hold of duality the moment you wake up because of the Maya. The moment you wake up, suddenly, in a fraction of a second, you identify that you had a wonderful sleep. You are on the bed, and you identify yourself with the ego. The ego comes back, ahankara comes back, mind comes back, everything comes back. And you are aware of your own physical self, your mental makeup, and your problems. Everything will come back. That is because of mind. That is how the duality sets in. Why? Because of Maya. That's what he said. Next shloka. Ananyatvam adhishthanat aropyasya nirikshitam panditairajju sarpadau vikalpo bhranti jivanaha. Ananyatvam adhishthanat aropyasya nirikshitam panditairajju sarpadau vikalpo bhranti jivanaha. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಮತ್ತೆ ರಜ್ಜು ಸರ್ಪ ನ್ಯಾಯ, ಹಗ್ಗ ಮತ್ತು ಹಾವಿನ ಉದಾಹರಣೆನೇ ತಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ರಜ್ಜು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಗ್ಗ, ಸರ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾವು. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅನನ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಅಧಿಷ್ಠಾನಾತ್ ಆರೋಪ್ಯಸ್ಯ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತಂ. ಜ್ಞಾನಿಯಾದವರಿಗೆ, ತಿಳಿದವನಿಗೆ, ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಾವು ಅಲ್ವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬರುವ ಮೊದಲೇ ಅದು ಹಗ್ಗವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ನೋಡುವಾಗಲೂ ಅದು ಹಗ್ಗವೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ವಸ್ತುತಃ. ನಾನು ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾವು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗಲೂ ಅದು ಹಗ್ಗವೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ವಸ್ತುತಃ. ನನ್ನ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಕಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೇನನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಬ್ಬ ಇದು ಹಾವಲ್ಲ ಹಗ್ಗ, ಹಾಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ದಾಗಲೂ ಅದು ಹಗ್ಗವೇ ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೂ ವಸ್ತುತಃ ನಿಜಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಗ್ಗವೇ. ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಾವು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒದ್ದಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಹೆದರುತ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಸಹ್ಯ ಪಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ವಸ್ತುತಿಥಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗ ಆತನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಜ್ಞರಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ತತ್ವವೇತ್ತರಿಗೆ, ಪಂಡಿತೈ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಬುಧ, ತತ್ವವಿತ್, ಸಮದರ್ಶಿ, ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಅರ್ಥ. ಪಂಡಿತೈ ರಜ್ಜು ಸರ್ಪಾದೌ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತಂ ಅನನ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಅಧಿಷ್ಠಾನಾತ್ ಆರೋಪ್ಯಸ್ಯ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಇದು ಆರೋಪಿತವಾಗಿರೋದು ಹಗ್ಗ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಗ್ಗ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಹಾವೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಾವು ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಹಗ್ಗವೇ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಅದನ್ನ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಹಾವು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಹಗ್ಗ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನ. ಹಾಗೆ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇರೋ ತನಕ ಇದು ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯ, ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸತ್ಯ, ಈ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ಸತ್ಯ, ಈ ಭೇದ ಸತ್ಯ, ಈ ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವ ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ವಿಕಲ್ಪ, ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ತೊಂದರೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಯೋಚನೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒದ್ದಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸತ್ಯ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇದು ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ, ಇಂದು ಬಂದು ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಇರೋ ಸತ್ಯ ಒಂದೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಅದ್ವೈತದ ಅನುಭವ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ತುಮುಲ, ಹೆದರಿಕೆ, ಒಳಸಂಕಟ, ಯಾತನೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಭೇದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಈ ಜಗತ್ತನ್ನು ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ವಿಕಲ್ಪಗಳು, ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅನನ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಅಧಿಷ್ಠಾನಾತ್ ಆರೋಪ್ಯಸ್ಯ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಿತಂ ಪಂಡಿತೈ ರಜ್ಜು ಸರ್ಪಾದೌ ವಿಕಲ್ಪೋ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಜೀವನ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಭೇದ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಭೇದ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಗ್ಗ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹಗ್ಗವೇ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾವು ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇದವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಭೇದ ಕಾಣೋದು ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ, ಪ್ರಮಾದ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶ್ಲೋಕ what Acharya says, ananyatvam adhishthanat aropyasya nirikshitam panditai rajju sarpadau vikalpo bhranti jeevan. A jnani, a tattvajnani, a samadarshi, a realized person, a Brahmajnani, once he is aware, once there is a clarity in the mind, Acharya is taking the example of again serpent, the rope and serpent example, Sarparajjunya. Once for a jnani it becomes clear that there is a rope only on the road, it is not a snake anymore. So what happens? There is a clarity of the vision, clarity of the thought. So there is no more confusion in the mind. The jnani, once he knows that it is nothing but rope only. Earlier also it was rope and now also it is rope. So once it is confirmed, what happens? The delusion goes away. That false identification goes away. That which is actually, it is superimposed, thinking that the rope was snake, that superimposition will vanish. Adhyasa will vanish. The pramada will vanish. The false identification will vanish. So he becomes very clear in his perception. Ananyatvam adhishthanat aropyasya nirikshitam panditai rajju sarpadau nirikshitam. So he is very clear. Panditai means here jnani, a realized person. A tattvajnani, a realized master, in that sense. So there is no more confusion in the mind. But what about others? Acharya takes up the one small phrase in the second charana, vikalpo bhranti jeevanaha, he says. So for all others, ajnanis, vikalpa is nothing but bhranti jeevana. Vikalpa is nothing but delusion, bhranti jeevana. So vikalpa is bhranti jeevana. Vikalpa means here duality, diversity, the differences. So the world shows the duality. Prapancha shows the duality. You are different, I am different. He is different, she is different. Living being is different from non-living being. The one which moves is different from one which is totally stagnant, sedentary. So all such differences, Bheda, that is called Vikalpa. All the differences, Bheda, is due to, for a Ajnani, thinking that the world is real. Because he thinks the world is real, the differences appear. His mind is perturbed. He is always under suffering. He is always restless. Because everything is real. What he is seeing is real. The world is real. People are real. His problems are real. Everything is real. See, from the worldly standpoint of view, everything is real. No difference at all. So that is a great delusion by Maya. Because of delusion, Vikalpaha Bhranti Karanam, Vikalpo Bhranti Jivana. So he lives in duality, he suffers in duality, he thinks duality is real. Jagat is real, really real. Because of that, all the problems in the life. That's what Acharya is talking here. Why it is happening? Again here, the same Mandukya Karika of the Mandukya Upanishad given by Gaudapada Acharya. That mantra, that Karika is very important to understand. That Karika is very important here. The same first Prakarana, Agama Prakarana, Karika number 16. Earlier we had stated with Karika number 17, now it is Karika number 16. In the Agama Prakarana, Anadi Mayaya Supto Yada Deva Prabudhyate. The Karika states like this in Mandukya Upanishad. Anadi Mayaya Supto Yada Deva Prabudhyate Ajam Anitram Aswapnam Advaitam Budhyate Tada. Ajam Anitram Aswapnam Advaitam Budhyate Tata. Yada. When. Yada means when. Devaha means the individual. The mumukshu. Devaha here means the jijnasu, the spiritual aspirant who is striving sincerely for realization. Yada Devaha. What type of Devaha? That jijnasu anadi mayaya suptaha. He is asleep for hundreds of generations. In every birth he was asleep. Totally he was in a deep slumber. Totally he was asleep in all these previous hundreds of births. That is the point. Anadi mayaya suptaha. Due to the effect of Maya, in all previous birth, he was actually sleeping. He was in deep slumber. Ghada nidravastha. Anadi mayaya suptaha yada deva prabudhyate. In one particular birth, by the grace of God or Sadguru, suddenly that jijnasu prabudhyate. Yada deva prabudhyate. The fellow was asleep in all these births because of the effect of Maya. Suddenly when he wakes up, Yada prabudhyate means what? When jnana dawns in, when realization dawns in. Suddenly by the grace of God, by the grace of Sadguru, due to his sincere efforts in the spiritual practices, due to his perseverance, due to his shraddha, due to his total surrender at the lotus feet of Guru, suddenly, by the grace of the Guru, Sadguru or God, whatever name, when the realization dawns in, when such a jijnasu suddenly realizes his own reality that I am no more the body, mind complex. I am no more this physical body, this gross body. I am no more this subtle body with the subtle sense organs. I am not even this causal body. So I am neither this sthula sharira, nor sukshma sharira, nor even karana sharira. Now, who I am? I am that. I am that Parabrahma Vastu. I am nothing but Atma Swarup. I am Atma Brahma. This Atma is nothing but Brahma Swarup. So this realization will dawn. Yes, he will wake up to the reality. So once it happens, when he wakes up to his reality, Anadimayaya Supta Yada Devaha Prabudhyate, when he wakes up, Prabudhyate, then what happens? Then he will understand that he, not as an individual, he as Atma Swarupa, he as Parabrahma Swarupa, he as Pratyagatma himself, he as self himself, he as the self, he as Pratyagatma, he as Atma Swarupa, he is nothing but Ajam, Anidram, Aswapnam, Advaitam, Buddhyate, Tada. Then he will realize his true potency, true nature, that he is eternal. There is no birth and death. Ajam, eternal. Anidram, he is no more sleeping. He is beyond the sleep. He has woken up. Anidram, Aswapnam, he is not even dreaming. The whole world looks like a dream, which appeared very real while dreaming. Once the dream has broken out, everything has gone. So, he is Aswapnam. He is pure Advaitam Buddhyate Tada. He is nothing but Advait. Nothing but only one Vastu, no second. He is only one, Parabrahma Swarupa, all the time remaining one, no difference. So, the primordial ignorance that I am the body, Karana Sharira, causal body, it's gone. That primary ignorance from so many births, it's gone. Causal body is broken. Causal body is destroyed. That was due to Ajnana, due to Maya. Ajnana, or individual level, Avidya. At the individual, Avidya is called. Maya is called at the collective level. Individual level is called Avidya. Ignorance, Ajnana. So that is gone. So the Mandukya Karika says, Anadimayaya Supto Yada Deva Prabudhyate Ajam Anidram Aswapnam Advaitam Buddhyate Tada. Karika number 16 in the first Agama Prakarana, given by Sri Gaudapada. So, as long as I don't experience, as long as I am not aware of my own reality, I am in this Dvaita Bhava all the time, from one life to another life, from one birth to another birth, from one birth, so hundreds of births. So this goes on. I am only aware that I am the body. So this identification with the body continues due to Ajnana in all the coming births. It goes on and on. So I am stuck in this cycle of birth and death. Stuck in the cycle of birth and death. Only when it is known by the grace of Guru, by the grace of God, that I am not the body, I am nothing but Atma Swarupa. The self inside, the Pratyagatma inside, nothing but Parabrahma Vastu only. There is only one Vastu, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. This has to be direct experience like a flash. It is not a book knowledge. By simply doing a japa of I am Brahmasmi, I am Brahmasmi, I am Brahmasmi, nothing will happen. By simply stating that I am Atma Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, nothing will happen. Everything happens only by the grace of the God at the final stage, provided the heart is pure, vasanas have gone, there is a total surrender, total bhakti, total belief. And with all the perseverance, with the dedication, determination, the effort is going on and on in this life by the mumukshu. One fine day it may happen. Nobody can say when it will happen. realization, when it will occur, nobody can answer that question at all. So our Gurudev used to say, while teaching Mandukya Upanishad to me personally, he was fond of short phrases. Our Gurudev always used to suddenly take up such examples. Once, what he told me? Look, there is a famous mantra in Kaivalya Upanishad. There is a famous mantra in Kaivalyopanishad. That Upanishad mantra, Kaivalya Upanishad mantra, says, Mandukyamekamevalam mumukshunam vimuktaye. That mantra in Kaivalya Upanishad says, my Gurudev was saying, Mandukyamekamevalam mumukshunam vimuktaye. That's what he told. What does it mean? For mumukshu, for a real jijnasu, for a real spiritual aspirant, Nijavada mumukshu, Nijavada jijnasuge, ನಾನು ಯಾರು, ನನ್ನ ಈ ಜೀವನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನು, ನಾನು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷಾರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸೋದು ಹೇಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಗುರಿ ಮುಟ್ಟೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನುವ ತೀವ್ರವಾದ ಹಂಬಲ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆ ಜಿಜ್ಞಾಸು, ಅಂತಹ ಜಿಜ್ಞಾಸುಗೆ ಕೈವಲ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಒಂದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಒಂದನ್ನೇ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತನ್ನೇ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಜೀರ್ಣಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಲ್ವಾ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ರದಾನ, ಮೋಕ್ಷಕಾರಕ, ಮೋಕ್ಷಪ್ರದಾಯಕ. ಯಾವುದು? ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್. ಇದ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಕೈವಲ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಮಂತ್ರ. ಮಾಂಡುಕ್ಯಮೇಕಮೇವಾಲಂ ಮುಮುಕ್ಷೂಣಾಂ ವಿಮುಕ್ತಯೇ. So for a jijnasu, for a real spiritual aspirant, Kaivalya Upanishad says, to get realized, to know your reality, to become realized really, only one single Upanishad is enough. If you, with all perseverance, with all determination, with all bhakti, with all shraddha, with all devotion, if you sit at the lotus feet of your Sadguru and listen to the Mandukya Upanishad pravachanas, the discourses by the Sadguru, and then try to understand by his grace, if you can experience, understand Mandukya Upanishad, nothing else is required. This one Upanishad itself is enough to become vimuktaye, to escape from this bondage of birth and death cycle. My Gurudev vehemently once he told me while dealing with the Mandukya Upanishad pravachanas. So we should remember all such phrases, very important. Mandukyamekam evalam mumukshunam vimuktaye. Such a wonderful. This itself is a Mahamantra. This is given in Kaivalya Upanishad. Then Acharya starts next small shloka. Chittamolo vikalpoyam chitta bhavena kaschana ataschittam samadhehi pratyagrupe paratmani. Very straightforward injunction to his disciple Acharya is giving in this shloka. Chittamolo vikalpoyam chitta bhavena kaschana. Chitta bhave, if you split chitta plus abhave, chitta bhavena kaschana ataschittam samadhehi pratyagrupe paratmani. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಭೇದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ, ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ತೋರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದ್ವೈತ ಭಾವ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಭೇದ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಏನು ಕಾರಣ? ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿತ್ತ, ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಕಾರಣ. ಭೇದ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಕಾರಣ. ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾಗುವ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ವಿಕಲ್ಪಗಳೇ ಕಾರಣ. ದ್ವೈತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಕಾರಣ. ಚಿತ್ತಮೂಲೋ ವಿಕಲ್ಪೋಯಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಭಾವೇನ ಕಶ್ಚನ. ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಾಶವಾದ್ರೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಾಶ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಭಾವೇನ ಕಶ್ಚನ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಹೊರಟೋದ್ರೆ, ಲಯವಾದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಶುದ್ಧ ಸತ್ವ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧವಾದಾಗ, ಅದರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ತ್ರಿಗುಣಾತೀತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ವಾಸನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ, ಬೈಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಅತಿಶುದ್ಧವಾಯಿತು, ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧವಾಯಿತು, ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧವಾಯಿತು, ಪರಿಶುದ್ಧವಾಯಿತು. ಆವಾಗ ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಅಮನಸ್ಕ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಚಿತ್ತ ಅಭಾವೇ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಆಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಗಳು ಯಾವುದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅತಶ್ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಸಮಾಧಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗ್ರೂಪೇ ಪರಾತ್ಮ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಿನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಗಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಹೃದಯದ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮಾಧಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ನಿಶ್ಚಲಗೊಳಿಸು. ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಅತಶ್ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಸಮಾಧೇಹಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗ್ರೂಪೇ ಪರಾತ್ಮನಿ. ನಿನ್ನ ಮೂಲ ಸ್ವರೂಪನಾದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ, ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ನಿನ್ನ ಚಿತ್ತವನ್ನು ನೆಲೆಗೊಳಿಸು, ನಿನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ದೃಢಗೊಳಿಸು, ನಿನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸು. So what he says here, mind is a source of all sorts of vikalpas. This bheda drishti, differences, doubts, aversions, vikalpas, doubts, aversions, fears, differences, vikalpa. Chittamulo vikalpoyam. For all such diversity, duality, vikalpas, differences, doubts, chittamulam, your mind is responsible. Mind is responsible. Chitta bhavena kashchan. If the mind is stilled, if the mind vanishes, then where is the question of vikalpa? Where is the question of diversity? Where is the question of aversion? Where is the question of doubt? Diversity is gone. Duality is gone. So the prapancha, duality persists because of chitta. If the chitta subsides, duality is gone. Advaita is gone. Chitta bhavena kaschana ataschittam samadehi pratyagrupe paratmani. That is why, my dear disciple, ataha, because of this, chittam samadehi pratyagrupe paratmani. Paratmani pratyagrupe samadehi chittam. So you establish your mind, ego complex, your antakkarana. Establish your mind within your own internal pratyagatma. The Paramatma residing inside you simply merge your mind into the Paramatma, who is residing in your heart in the form of Atma Swarupa. That Paramatma is nothing but Atma Swarupa. So merge your mind into that, so that all the vikalpas will vanish, duality will vanish. You become one. You become one with Advaita state, Advaita Siddhi. That is the point in the realization. That is how you'll be able to realize your true potential, your true nature. That's what Acharya says here. Then next set of slokas, this Atmajnana, Brahmajnana, the importance of Brahmajnana or Atmajnana, and subsequently the benefit of that accrued to the Jijnasa, to the Mumukshu. What is this Brahmajnana? Once it dawns in, what happens? How we should catch hold of this, all these points. Now Acharya takes up in the next set of shlokas. Fairly, with 4 charanas, shlokas are fairly long enough. Kimapi satata bodham kevalanandarupam nirupam ativelam nityamuktam niriham niravadi gaganabham nishkalam nirvikalpam hrudi kalayati vidwan brahma purnam samadhau. Kimapi satata bodham kevalanandarupam nirupamam ativelam nityamuktam niriham niravadi gaganabham nishkalam nirvikalpam hrudi kalayati vidwan brahma purnam samadhau. So the fourth charana is a key phrase, key words. Vidwan hrudi brahma purnam samadhau kalayati. Vidwan hrudi Brahma Purnam Samadhau Kalayati. Last line means that Mumukshu, by the grace of Guru or God, ultimately he realizes his true nature, identity within his own heart. Hrudi Kalayati Vidwan Brahma Purnam Samadhau. Keywords, last chapter. So what Acharya says here, Kimapi satata bodham kevalanandarupam nirupam ativelam nityamuktam niriham niravadi gaganabham nishkalam nirvikalpam hrudi kalayati vidwan brahma purnam samadhau. ಮುಮುಕ್ಷು ಕೊನೆ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಪಡೆಯುವ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಹೊಂದುವ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಮುಕ್ಷು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿತ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸ್ವರೂಪನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವಿಶ್ವಾತೀತ ನಿತ್ಯ ಮುಕ್ತ ನಿಷ್ಕ್ರಿಯ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಮೇರೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಆಕಾಶದ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಿಷ್ಕಲವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ನಿರ್ವಿಕಲ್ಪವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅನಿರ್ವಾಚ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವನ್ನ, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಪದಾರ್ಥವನ್ನ, ಆ ಆತ್ಮವಸ್ತುವನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಯು ಸಮಾಧಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತಾನೆ. So the jnani at the final stage will realize the true potency of his own nature. He will realize himself, his own pratyagatma. He realizes that he himself is Atma Swarupa. He realizes himself as a Brahma Swarupa. He will understand himself as Parabrahma Vastu. He will experience directly as I am Atma Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahma Vastu. This Atma is Brahma Vastu. This Atma is nothing but Brahma. I am nothing but Brahma. All these things, he will direct perception, by direct realization, called aparoksha anubhuti, not paroksha, not indirect. By the grace of God, by the grace of Sadguru, this happens within oneself. The realization occurs within oneself. Then he becomes a Brahmajnani or a known master, a realized master, an accomplished Jnani himself. Then what happens? Then he will understand, he will experience Kimapi satata bodham keval ananda rupam nirupam ativelam nityamuktam niriham. So that Atma Swarupa, Acharya is explaining in different words what cannot be explained. He will realize that Atma Swarupa, that Vastu, Parabrahma Vastu, that Satata Bodham, Keval Ananda Rupam, it is always present. It is always knowledge. It is nothing but pure knowledge, nothing but pure awareness, always blissful. Brahmananda, Keval Ananda Rupa, Nirupamam, without any boundary, Ativelam, without any real boundaries at all. Nirupamam, incomparable. Ativelam, without boundaryless. Nityamuktam, all the time it is eternally independent. Nityamukta. Niriham. Niriham means nishkriya. It is actionless, motionless. And niravadi gaganabham, it is like the universe. It is like the space without any boundaries at all, without any limits at all. So it is like limitless space, limitless akasha. Niravadi gaganabham nishkalam. Nishkalam, without any body parts. It is not divisible, it is indivisible. Whole, total expanse of pure consciousness, total expanse of pure awareness. That is what is called Nishkalam, Nirvikalpam, Purna Brahmam. That itself is known as Paripurna Brahma. It is in total completely full. So such feeling that I am that Brahmavastu, a jnani will realize in his own heart at the appropriate time by the grace of the Guru or God, so that happens in the Samadhi state. Hrudi kalayati vidwan brahma purnam samadhau. Samadhau hrudi kalayati brahma purnam vidwan. The jnani will understand during the Samadhi, during the deeper and deeper meditative state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Again, by the grace of Guru or God. So, by Guru Sankalpa, we are stopping here at the shloka number 407. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwara.